Salute to everybody out there in the world. Rob Sportsman Lee here. I made my rounds to the LDBC channels because that's who I fuck with. And Kimberly Frazier and Your World, Superman 223 channel, if you remember that. But he go by Your World. Harvey, he drops good content, and so does Kimberly Frazier. There's a lot of people drop good content. I listen to a lot of people. I watch their channels, their videos rather, and I like them. I was watching Kimberly Frazier's channel today, and it was an NYC police officer, and he said some shit that shocked the shit out of me. He basically threw that Derek whatever that shithead who cold-bloodedly murdered uh George Floyd. He basically said what he did was disgusting. We're not like that. And I'm like, wow. Some shit like that. Usually cops keep quiet. Think about it, folks. Cops usually keep quiet on some shit like that. It hasn't even been a trial. But they feeling the pressure. They feeling the heat. My advice, like I said to my friends, some people I know, do not let up. This is the first time since I can remember. Since I can remember, and I'm pretty sure since all of us been alive, since all of our great grandparents have been alive, that we've had these motherfuckers on the ropes. Now we got them on the ropes, dazed and staggering and defenseless. Same way Drago had Apollo Creed. Now is not the time to say, oh, I'm going to show great sportsmanship. Or I'm going to be a great human. No, fuck that. Now is the time to deliver that death blow. For real. We got their ass. We can get all our fucking demands. I don't even like the idea that a cop can get fired from one city and his bitch ass got, I don't even know how many cities are in the whole United States, but he got an option to go to any one of the fucking cities and either be a sheriff's deputy or a fucking police officer. That's bullshit. If you fired for being corrupt or excessive force, nah, your police career should be over. Not only that, we can affect so much change, it's unbelievable. Not only that, if you look at the top brass in the police in all of America, from the commissioner down to what they call his chiefs of police, most of the chiefs are white anyway. It's time to replace their asses. And then I'm about tired of everybody saying, well, you can't blame all the police for a few rotten apples. My response has always been, bitch, the whole orchard is rotten. Cut all the motherfucking trees down and replant. And then I know some people say, man, you better not say nothing about police. Law enforcement, so-and-so get up. Fuck so-and-so. Fuck you, bitch. You don't tell me I can't talk about police. I see police. Let me tell you something, you cocksucking son bitch out there. I remember years ago as a motherfucking kid watching on regular TV Serpico. Serpico starring Al fucking Pacino. That's right, Al fucking Pacino. He is who he is today because of all his motherfucking great roles. And it basically is a true story about a cop who wouldn't take payoffs. And the other cops in the precincts, they didn't like him for that. Because they all were dirty. They were like, we all take money. Just take a little money so everybody know you okay. He wouldn't do it. You know them some bitches set him up to kill him? Oh yeah, they did. He survived. And according to the movie, Frank Serpico left the fucking United States of America. He lives in another country. Every precinct they shipped him to was corrupt. That's in New York. Corrupt. All the motherfuckers on the tape. Then when them fresh-faced recruits come out of academy, who the fuck do you think showed them the ropes? Dirty fucking cops. So them young cops learn to be fucking dirty or learn to cover up and lie for their fellow cops, like that one bitch who got caught when her partner beat up a dude at a hospital or a mental facility. Yeah, he got fired. Her ass is under review. She called for a review. He also got charged with assault because he punched a mental patient. Punched him and slapped him. Oh, all that shit on YouTube. See, it's funny how more and more videos are coming out showing these police corruption. But hell, they've been getting away with this shit since before my great-great-grandfather was born. So what the fuck? Why is everybody surprised? And the thing that tripped me out the most, people in the white community. Now that's good, you guys come out. You came out. You are out. You protesting. And we got Hollywood. Even coon-ass bastards in Hollywood are speaking out against this police corruption and brutality. Hell, you got Andre Wood and Tim Bradley speaking out about racism in boxing. Wow, really? But here's the thing, though, where I would say all you some bitches are full of shit. But it's good you out there speaking out against this shit. For decades, even before I was born, and hell, I'm about to turn 50. Well, I ain't about to. Next year I'll be 50. I could be a little fucking kid and there was people telling y'all about police brutality, but you didn't give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck. So since you didn't give a fuck, the police knew they were straight. When them some bitches got away with beating the living daylights out of Rodney King, even though they were recorded on video, but that all white Orange County jury just not guilty. They were straight because they knew they always were gonna have it. They knew that the white judicial system was gonna have their back. They knew that. It's a system in place. Now, I want to be perfectly clear what I'm about to say. Not all white people are racist. Yes, there are a lot of white people who are good people, fair-minded. But in that same breath, there are a whole lot of white people who are evil, not fair. Hell, when it came down to the mayor of Detroit getting tried, they picked a jury outside of Detroit. Hell, and outside of Wayne County, let's be real on that. And them people voted guilty on him and Bobby Ferguson. Wow. All charges. But see, I remember when Sam Riddle, if you don't know Sam Riddle, the name Sam Riddle, look it up, in Detroit. He's been brought up on corruption charges and other stuff. But the first time he's brought up on some charges, they picked a jury out of white suburbia, of course. But to not look racist, they put one black woman on that jury. She's from Romulus. I believe she worked for the airport. Don't quote me on that. I'm going back. It was a while ago. Anyway, they couldn't get a conviction. They didn't get a acquittal either. It was a hung jury because that lone black woman held out. But on the steps of the courthouse, what did I see? The 11 jurors, white men and white women. And the white women were crying and pissed off. The white men, they were watching what they were saying. And they was like, the evidence was there. We had him. He should have been convicted. Now, you don't never see that shit in no other trial. They were mad they didn't get Sam Riddle. Me personally, even though I know that not all people are bad of any particular race, I just don't like fucking white people. Especially the ones that try too hard. Bitch, be yourself. Don't sit up there dropping slangs and this, and that. If just be your fucking self. Don't talk slang to me or what you think I want to hear. Be your motherfucking self. And don't drop the N-word. Don't rap a fucking song and say the N-word because I'm gonna tell you, I'd appreciate if you. I would tell a motherfucker that. I have done that. And there's been people who was like, man, something wrong with you. No, something wrong with you, motherfucker. Not only is there something wrong with you, there's something wrong with your daddy because he sized your bitch ass. I've told motherfuckers that. They hate that. I say, yeah, he sized your bitch ass, and there's something wrong with him because he got sized by his daddy, who most likely was an even bigger bitch ass. Motherfuckers do not like that at all. But anyway, this cocksucking cop murders George Floyd, and I'll never get that smirk on his face with his hands in his pockets because he wasn't worried. There's been a history. I remember white folks telling black people, well, we wasn't there. We didn't see the evidence. Well, now, motherfuckers, there's camera phones. It has been ever since the early 90s. Well, cameras, early 90s, showing you proof of what these cops have been doing. But you still let them Rodney King cops walk. Let's talk. Nevers and Butson. There wasn't no cameras for them bitches. But there was a whole lot of testimony, eyewitness testimony, EMT testimony, physical evidence. Convicted they bitch asses, but after 5 years they walked. Yeah, they did time for 5 years. What was the excuse? Oh, the mayor of Detroit, Coleman A. Young, caught them murderers on TV. They didn't get a fair trial. There are black people in prison all over this bitch ass country who didn't get a fair trial. Kiss my black ass. Now, one of them cops, I think it was Larry Nevers, the one he died. Yeah, Larry Nevers and Larry Nevers and Butson. I think his name Walter Butson. I may be wrong about the first name, but on the streets they was called Starsky and Hutch because that's who they resembled. You don't know who Starsky and Hutch is? Get the fuck on. You too young to be on this. You too fucking young to be on my channel. Get the fuck on. But I seen a lot of shit. Hell, I faced police brutality. I know what it's like for them motherfuckers to put you in that motherfucking chokehold, where they lock their fucking hand on their bicep. Mind you, they got you in a chokehold, choking the life out of you. And I had a big old tree trunk Polish piece of shit Lift me off my motherfucking feet. Big motherfucker. Big motherfucker. You like a giant. Lifted me off my feet. But I knew about getting my air. I knew how to do that in self-defense class that I've taken. Well, hell, I learned a lot of shit over the years, but anyway, I knew about that and got my air. They still arrested me that night over some bullshit. Uh, I didn't do nothing wrong. Whatever. Uh, Preliminary trial, they tried to say my charges. Okay. They said they found some drugs. They also said that I assaulted police by wrestling with them. Mind you, I had no bruises on my face or body at all. But they wanted to give me street cred and say I punked them. Whatever. I did not wrestle with anybody. One of them bitch ass cops knew me from high school and knew I was on the wrestling team. They'll say, hey, he tried to wrestle with all of us. That was stupid in itself. But I had a black judge and she was cool. She just was basically like, they didn't have no evidence on me except what they said. If you found packets of drugs that you say I threw, where was my fingerprints? But mysteriously enough, they couldn't find that shit in evidence. But whatever. Truth be told, and ain't shit about allegedly, I didn't have no drugs that night. I don't fuck with drugs. Allegedly, back in my youth, I may have sold some drugs, but that's allegedly. Like, allegedly, a lot of people have done. But anyway, I never get that motherfucker putting me in that chokehold, lifting me off my feet. Then I hear another motherfucker tell me, you move, I'm gonna blow your head off. And it is true. Black police show out for the white cops. That's true. Because the black police officer said he's gonna blow my head off if I moved. And the white cop had me in a fucking chokehold, lifting me off the fucking ground. Had I not grabbed his forearm, I probably would have hung, suffocated. But I knew enough to grab his fucking forearm and get my air. First thing you do is get your air, then you get out of the hole, period. So no, I don't really give a fuck about police because I've seen them lie about shit. I've seen their brutality. And the fucker said, oh, put him in chokehold because he tried to wrestle us. Really? Man, fuck you, man. It was like 3 squad cars of you cocksuckers. Oh, yeah, okay, I took all of you on. Now, normally a motherfucker say, yeah, I take the street cred. Nah, man, fuck you. If I'd have took all of you on, I'd have been fucked up. Because I was unarmed. You cocksuckers were armed. And it was a lot more of you. Whatever. Did I break the law that night? That I was assaulted by the police and arrested under false charges? You could probably get me on trespassing because I was leaving one city, going back into my city, but I cut across the abandoned boys club. It was abandoned. I guess you could call it city property at that point because the boys club was closed down. Cut through there because I was going to cut across the railroad tracks and bam, be home. So you could have got me on, trespassing. That was it. But then you try to trump up some bullshit ass drug charges and assaulting the police thinking, oh, don't worry about him. No, no, motherfucker. Every time I had a court date, was preliminary, whatever, I showed up. I showed up. Then my case was dismissed. Charges were dismissed. The judge says, well, we can refile at a later date, just to let you know. But whatever. I wouldn't worry about that. it was over. You must have thought I was gonna be one of them fools that was gonna be like, well, you gotta catch me because I'm gonna run. Nah, no. Mm-mm. I showed up at all my pre-trial court cases, court dates, whatever. Police the one that couldn't find any evidence. Because I told my lawyer, I said, well, if those packet of drugs are mine, then they should have my fingerprints on it. After all, it's summertime. I wasn't wearing no gloves when they hemmed me up. And just for the truth, the drugs were not mine, period. Ain't alleged shit. The drugs weren't mine. I really don't give a fuck about the police because over the last several years, I got to actually see how they operate. And that old tired ass story about, oh, don't condemn all the police for a few bad apples. Well, you already know that shit been debunked because I'm like, really? If all you good cops outnumber them bad cops, why the bad cops still around? Right, fuck off. Fuck off with that shit. Fuck off. Now I'm reading that Donald Trump numbers are plummeting. Joe Biden, he feeling good about himself. Fuck Joe Biden and Donald Trump. We need a third viable party. I'm sorry. But I don't want to choose between runny shit and horror shit because it's all shit to me. Period. Oh, well, we're going to take the lesser of two evils. No, you talking about runny shit and horror shit. It's the same to me. It's all shit. We need a third viable party. Period. One by us and for us. Now we know we got a lot of people who basically, not only in this country, but in and around the world, is on our dick. But I ain't gonna get into that. If we had a third viable party who could split the vote, same way Jesse Ventura split the vote between a Republican and a Democrat. He ran as an independent, but he became governor of Minnesota. We could do the same thing basically on all levels. All levels. Local, state, federal. We could do the same thing. We can pick who the fuck we want for us, by us. That has to be understood. I've been on here too long, so I'm about to go. Ross Sportsman Lee saying peace.